Make sure we're good to go. Fantastic. All right. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good. This is going to be another Ice Planet live mock building stream. This is the sixth week in a row we've done this. Each time we've gotten a good chunk of progress done and had a great time chatting with everyone in the comments section. That's really the ultimate goal of these videos, is to get some progress done and engage with you guys. So we've always succeeded at our goal, and tonight should be no different. But we've got a nice poll in the chat that most people should be able to access. If you're on your phone, if you're on your desktop, you should be able to see that, should be able to vote. I would love your feedback, what you want to see me do tonight. It could be the landscape and the HQ, which we've been working on, and I'll show in just a second, or it could be the big spaceship. So hit up that poll, let me know what you want to see. I would actually lean towards landscaping tonight if you guys are interested in what I want to see built. I think that would be the most easy thing to work on. The spaceship is going to be a little bit more tricky, a little bit more slow going, especially on a live stream. But either way, it should be a good time. And even if we get a few pieces down, mission accomplished, right? It's a very low pressure live stream. So yeah, doing good. But before we get into presenting the ideas, let's say hi to a couple people in the chat who have stopped by already, and then we'll be good to go. But Grumpy J, let's see here. Grumpy J was here earlier, and it's Grumpy J's birthday. So happy birthday, Grumpy J. I hope it's a wonderful one. I know that you've also got that beautiful fresh tattoo on your arm that looks pretty awesome. I almost said cool. Looks pretty awesome. So congrats on that. Congrats on your birthday. Hope it's a great one. We'll hopefully see you comment live here in a little bit if you're able to make it. If you're not, I understand. Enjoy your birthday. Cross Airborne Customs was here earlier as well. I don't think Cross is going to be able to make it tonight, though, that they were commenting something about they're working on. Pixel City was here as well. Good to see you, Pixel City. Thank you so much for stopping by. For those who have just arrived, feel free to drop a like. It really helps this video reach more people, helps it and the algorithm and all that good stuff. So feel free to drop a like. It's easy to do. It's free. But yeah, so we'll be starting in just a second. Let me show you what our two options are, though, as the poll continues to get more votes. But let me switch over to just building. Here's our build space. We've got our little audience of Yetis over here. They're watching me as we continue to construct things for Ice Planet. But we've also got our little bag of transparent neon orange studs in case I say the word COOL. I'm going to try not to use the word in comments either. I'm just going to say, like, spell out the letters, and you can assume what I would be saying. Hopefully we're good on the use of that word. It's just a personal goal. If it bothers you, I'm so sorry, but I'm having fun with that joke, so it's just a running gag. But let's present the two options. The first one is going to be the landscaping. So actually, in this bin is what remains of the Ice Planet 12-hour build, because we needed the pieces to work on the base, HQ, which is what we've done over here. Let me bring this over. This might not even fit into my build cam area here, but there's, let's see if we can get the focus right here. Almost. The lighting's good, but the focus, there you go, the focus is back. But yeah, this is the Ice Planet HQ so far. This is the main central hub. You can see it's got all these connecting doorways between what will hopefully be this and several other buildings, garages, workshops, that sort of thing for the Ice Planet people to work in and around. So we've got the removable top. You can see the lid comes off. You can see Commander Cold and Dr. Kelvin up there working in the command center with the computers. Nice black floor, very warm and insulated, so it keeps them safe from the biting cold. And then, if this will go back on. There we go. The whole floor comes off as well, so we can access the interior. I haven't decorated that yet, but planning on some blue tiles down there, a bunch of tools, utilities, things like that, stuff that the Ice Planet people would store in those hallways. But yeah, pretty excited about the progress here. This is done off camera, but the landscaping, we can continue to expand around it and maybe even work on the base later. We'll see. I don't know if we'll have time for that yet, but we'll see. Skip that ad on my phone. Looks like we're getting some ads. But yeah, so this is the landscape. We'll work on more of these, a few of the squares, a few of the terrain edges too. They're all very modular, so I'm looking forward to doing that. If the poll goes as it seems to be going, that most people are voting for landscape already. But the other option, just to show you guys what it would be, a little show and tell, would be working on the big spaceship, which is pretty sweet. Haven't really touched this since last week, so I need to work on this a little bit, especially off camera when I can kind of focus in on it more, but that's the other option. Should be pretty awesome. Have one big spaceship kind of like hovering above the entire landscape would be pretty fun. But yeah, here's some examples of more landscaping we could do. There's some of those decorative edges that will attach to those white squares, and you can put stuff on top of it, like Ice Planet HQ or more ice crystals or things like that. So it should be pretty fun. But let me get back to the comments here. We got a bunch of people showing up. Adeline is here. Good to see Adeline. Hope you're doing well. Andrew is here. Thanks for stopping by, Andrew. I'm with you. Chat and landscape and chill. Yeah, exactly. Just hanging out. That's the vibes of this stream. T. Valkyrie says ice-scape. Exactly. It's not landscaping. It's snowscaping or ice-scaping. So it's a very unique and distinct type of Lego building. Darkside Brick Zerkers is here. Good to see you, Darkside. Hope you're doing well. Happy to chat. Catch another live stream. Actually at work right now, but almost off then heading to AFOL night at my local Bricks and Meefigs. That sounds like a great time, Darkside Brick Zerkers. That's pretty cool. AFOL night sounds like a good time if you're a Lego fan, for sure. Yeah, happy birthday, Grumpy, again, says Steve Valkyrie. Yes. Congratulate Grumpy on another rotation around the sun. Congratulations. Charge is here. Good to see you, Charge. And Teaver was here earlier as well. I'm just dropping by to drop a like and vote for the spaceship. Got to go do family stuff. Have a good stream. No worries, Teaver. Thank you for stopping by. I like that purple brick next to your name, too. Thank you for supporting the channel. Jack is here. Finally managed to catch a live stream. This is going to be so COOL. Yes, it's going to be great, Jack. Thank you for stopping by, for sure. Rio Bricks is here. Good to see you, Rio Bricks. Definitely check out Rio Bricks on Instagram. I'm guessing they have a YouTube channel, too. I need to go subscribe. I don't think I've seen their channel if they have one, but Rio Bricks does some great minifigure stuff on Instagram I've seen before. Awesome stuff. As always, Mark, I love your focus on classic Lego themes. Says, absolutely, Rio Bricks. Thank you. No, got to go. Oh, well, take care, Pixel City. Thanks for stopping by. No worries. If you can pop in, pop out, do what you got to do. There's no pressure at all. General Tron's Bricks is here. Howdy, all. Good to see you, General Tron's. And here for it says, Ice Planet has been one of my favorite themes. I love to see more people use it more. Yes, Ice Planet is a fantastic Lego theme, and I'm glad people are realizing that, 30-ish years later. So Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Tim, I was able to subscribe to your channel and see your build walkthrough, your whole Lego space. You've got a lot of Lego in your house. It's pretty awesome. I do like the tan tower as well. It's very, very tall. Taller than I was expecting, and you've described it to me before in the chat. So thanks for stopping by, Tim. Trade Long said, I just had a $50 Trans Neon order come in yesterday. Nice. So probably some interesting Trans Neon Orange pieces in that order to make it $50, or just a lot of them. They're not like the basic elements, like the plates and bricks aren't too bad yet, but I feel like they're just going to go up as Lego chooses not to make them. So, yeah. Over the Moon Films, it says, how are you, Mark? Love your building. Oh, thank you, Over the Moon Films. I'm doing pretty good. We are going to be starting some landscape for sure, because the poll, let's see, 23 people voted. It's a lot of votes. Thank you, guys. And then it's the landscape and the HQ is what we're going to be building. So we'll probably end that now because we're a few minutes into the stream. We'll be able to get started on building. But thank you, everyone, for voting. And we'll get some more progress in the spaceship soon. Don't worry, because it's got to happen sooner rather than later because of specialty pieces that are needed within it. So, ending that poll, thank you everyone for participating. Thank you for subscribing, Mark. Anytime, Tim. I was excited to see that you are starting to post some videos. I don't know how often I can watch consistently, but I at least subscribe. Got you one more subscriber. Axe heads, chainsaws, skis, and a few windshields, and then some 1x4x6 panes. Nice. Great pieces. Yeah, anything Trans Neon Orange is going to be useful in the future if they choose not to make any more. I'm hoping that Lego will resuscitate that color and build some more of it at some point, but we'll see. All right, we've got a crap ton of pieces to build with. We've got some dark blue plates here too, which we're going to need because we usually start with dark blue on the bottom and then kind of work our way up from there. Just keeping this landscape brutally simple, but it looks nice. I'm not going to overthink it too much. We'll do probably a square filler section of the landscape the middle parts where the more detailed elements go around. We'll do at least one or two of those, and then we'll move on to some more detailed pieces. I want to make another this size, and maybe another one like this. This inside corner is very useful as well. So we'll do a couple of these, and that should be a nice stream. Well, that's what we'll try to do. I think we could do a few chunks, no problem. I know we were able to make this one and this one, I think, on a stream previously. So if we're able to do even similar, we should be fine. Well, let's get a base plate out here. This is one of my older base plates. You can tell there's just a lot of dirt and dust in between. There's even like a little bit of, looks like a Sharpie or some paint right there. Yeah, this was Lego, and it looks like Lego chess, maybe? That looks almost like a really ugly C. Somebody wrote on the back of this, but it's not going to bother me. It's going to be on the inside. No one will see it. So not too worried about it. Also, 64 archaic chain links with 2 studs each. Oh, nice. Yeah, those longer chain pieces. I've got a couple of those in transient orange, too. I think those were from Nexonites. Is that right? I'm sad that I know that. All right. Moving on, let me get some filler brick out here first, because this is what we need for those filler pieces. There we go. And we'll also need 4 16 by 16 plates, any color. We need a few in white too. So let me grab some of those really quick, and I'll be right back. But we'll get started on that in just a moment here. I think you'll actually be able to see me if I switch to just chatting. There you go. There we go, so you can see the whole workspace we got here. Some of these would be great. There you go. So, some white plates to go on the top. And let's get some dark bluish gray will help. There we go. I don't think you can see me as I'm working over here, but perfect. The reason we get these is because it speeds up the building process a lot. So if we were to do it all bricks and plates of normal sizes, it would be less useful. So these guys will be great for the surface, which we'll probably cover mostly with tiles, but we want a nice white layer underneath. And then we'll get a couple dark bluish gray plates to go underneath there too. So these guys are super useful for any mock building that you do, but particularly so with larger landscapes. Because even if you make a mock that size, that's not a small mock. I mean, it's not a big mock, but that's not a tiny creation either. That's like a vignette size. So that's pretty useful. We'll get 4 of these though. We're not putting them on the bottom, we're just sitting them there for now. There's 3. Put that bin away. And I think there's one more in here, but we might have to get some plates off of it. Already making a mess of my space. So this is actually the surface of Rock Raiders, which was a couple years ago now, but that was kind of the stony, uneven surface that was good for the top of the big geode caverns, which was a cool build. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Lots of videos about it. I don't think any live streams, but several videos, and several videos about how I had to destroy it because it was too big. So, a lesson learned. We'll take this off really quick here. I like the Black Falcon shield under the table mark. Oh, thank you, Tim. Yes, let me show that off real quick. You can see it. So, to my right, there's just a bin of base plates down there, and there's nothing wrong with a bin of base plates down there. It's just not like the most aesthetically beautiful thing to look at. And I had these shields sitting right next to it. I have a Wolfpack one and another Black Falcons with a yellow outline, and I decided to put that up as a little decoration. And I also, on my left here, set up my Lego Masters trophy where you can see it versus kind of out of frame over there. So trying to make the space behind my build space look interesting for those long spells when I'm digging through pieces and there's not much else to look at. Well, we'll switch back to the building area. You can still see it in the little mark cam up at the top. So we got 4 gray pieces here. That'll work perfect for the surface. We'll set those aside for now. Now we get the filler brick out. The tan bricks, I should say. There we go. And there's a way we did this. I want to make sure I keep the pattern that's consistent. Here's a completed landscape section. I want to make at least one more of these tonight. Probably maybe just one if we don't find any more obvious big white plates in the bins we've gotten out. But yeah, so we got this axle connector right there. And that's the only thing that's holding them together laterally. But the weight of it and the, you know, we're on a flat table. It's not too irregular. It's not going to separate them too badly. Probably have some tiles go across each section so you can kind of snap them together that way too. That should do most of the heavy lifting. But yeah, let's get some filler brick and follow that pattern. I think we're just going to do the center of the build, see if I got it right. And then a 6x. So like this. And like this. And look at that, nailed it right in the center. Didn't even have to second try. Can spot the center of a 32 by 32 base plate. That's how how crazy my life is. I'm proud of myself for not having to measure. Let's see. Rob Claxton's membership is updated for 10 months. Congratulations, Rob. You got that purple brick by your name now, too. That'll be there for a while based on the YouTube system. So yeah, it'll be a while for you to change to a different color. But there are a few more colors if you are a member for more than 1 year. Ice Planet, let's go. Good to see you, Centro. Yes, we're continuing our Ice Planet live stream series. This is number sixth week in a row we've been doing this, but lots of great progress achieved. And a little bit more to this evening as well, so looking forward to it. I got the New Zealand Lego Masters to sign a Lego brand sign. I printed off and asked them to sign it and laminate it. Nice, Tim. So you met some of the New Zealand Lego Masters. That's pretty awesome. I almost said pretty cool. And I just said it there. I was trying not to say it. But no, I almost said cool unintentionally. I meant to say it there. But no, that's fantastic. You got to meet some of them. I know a few of them. I know, I think his name is Jono. He's great. So there's a couple that I do know from online. I haven't met them in person yet, but one day maybe I'll make it over down under and be able to say hi to you guys. So it's a little bit far away, and my travel budget is mostly spent on places nearby for Lego conventions. I should probably do more vacationing just for fun too at some point, but Lego conventions are a lot of fun as well. Let's see. Hey, everyone. What's going on, Grumpy J? Happy birthday, Grumpy J. Absolutely, Rob. Wish Grumpy J a happy birthday. Hopefully he shows up later. I mean, he might be busy having a birthday dinner or something, or he's enjoying his birthday day, so we're not going to give him too much flack for not being here, but if he makes it, I will be thrilled to wish him a happy birthday. But yeah, we're doing all right. It might have been on the video I did. Ooh, I don't know if I saw that. I'd have to rewatch it and double check Tim. But yes, I remember seeing you had a lot of the vehicles, some great themes on display. You have a big space for sorting all your pieces. That's pretty neat. So I might have to double check again. I'm not sure if I remember seeing the Lego Masters signed picture. So. Mm-hmm. Glad to catch it live again. Put some work into the display build for the next Atlanta BrickCon over the past week, which might be sooner than I think. Yeah, we never know. We'll see. They were talking about doing something sooner rather than later, which would be fun. So hopefully that works out. Yeah, conventions are great. I've got one coming up in Alabama, in Birmingham, which I'm excited about because I used to go to Brick Fair, Alabama for like 8 years in a row before it finally stopped over COVID. And that was really depressing when that stopped happening. It's understandable because conventions weren't happening for a couple years, and then Brick Fair decided not to return, which, you know, whatever, it's their business decision. But now Brick Fan Expo is doing a convention there. It'll be about the same size, maybe a little smaller, but similar, same venue. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. It'll be kind of like revisiting my old stomping grounds in a way. So looking forward to that. And once once that convention gets closer, I'll have to really buckle down and finish this build. So that's why we're working on this the past few weeks to try and get some Ice Planet progress. I think with this modular system that we're constructing right now, we will get this build done without any issues, but we shall see. I think we can get it done, especially if we keep the landscape as simple as it is here. Kind of this Mega Mills plates. Let me get, we need a few Technic pieces to connect these 4 sides. So let me get the Technic bin out. And I don't think you guys can see unless I switch to just chatting. Yeah, so I got this big old Technic bin. I have a smaller one somewhere, but I couldn't find it before the stream. It's a medium-sized one. I don't know where it went. But maybe Steven hit it. Anyway, we're going to be digging through this to find some 1x2 bricks with a axle hole in the center. We'll do that really quick. But we'll get just back to the just building camera for now. You can see what's going on. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right. And then, happy birthday, Grumpy J. Yes, Tim. It is Grumpy J's birthday. I'm not going to ask Grumpy J how old he's turning, but he's still young at heart, I'm sure. And Johnny718, member for 3 months. Congratulations, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Oh, and a fun thing, if you're a member, if you happen to be a member, there is a picture of the pretty much completed Atlantis build on members only for now. That video should be out next Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. But right now, only members are able to see that. So check it out if you're a member at some point. Here we go. Grumpy J is time itself. He ages not. Exactly, Mouster. He's like Father Time. He's always there. He's a force of nature, really. Yes. Today is his birthday, though, so we are celebrating that. Let's see. I'm gonna put 2 axle pieces in here too, just because we might want to connect them to stuff. Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, on the builds themselves, I had 2 axle points just to make it a little extra clutch power. So I'll see if I can do that here. There should be some more of these. Yeah, there's a few more. Because if you just have 1, that's it's gonna slide out, not connect as well. 2 is fine. There you go. Doubles the clutch power. Doesn't need to be super strong. Just needs to be strong enough to keep it from sliding around too much. So it's why he is grumpy, always waiting to be cool. Grumpy J is pretty cool, but I also know he doesn't love the hot weather, despite living in Florida. So I don't know what that's about, but he'll figure it out one day. Yeah, so we've got all 4 points of connectivity put into the landscape, so we're good to put the Technic bin back. We've got enough axles, I think. We'll probably save that one for later in case we need it. We'll put this back on the shelf. There we go. Now we're good to proceed as planned. And based on this one over here, we need to go 4 bricks tall with tan bricks, and then be able to add these big gray plates that we got out at the very beginning. And then we cover it with white plates, and then we're done. And because it's so simple, it gets done super fast. And that way, it'll be possible to make this creation happen in just, how many days till the next one? Like 5 plus 17, about 22 days left till the next convention this is supposed to be displayed at. So yeah, we got a little bit of a time crunch. I'm not freaking out. Just so everyone knows, I'm not freaking out. Rise is here. Or Reese. Reese, I think you remember, it's been multiple streams you stopped by, and you've helped me figure out how to pronounce your name. I believe it's pronounced Reese. Reese Puffs the Man. I made it. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Reese. Hope you're doing well. And I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I hope my memory is serving me, and I'm saying your name right. I'm famous for poorly pronouncing things, because I'm just a tiny dyslexic. Just a tiny bit. I'm pretty good typing, writing, reading, but every now and then it shows up a little bit. It's funny. So, it adds character. That's right. That's right. Spectre is here. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Spectre. I'm doing pretty good. We are working on some ice planet building here. Don't let this very tan and green landscape fool you. We're going to cover this over with white snow pieces here soon. But first we need to do a nice center support. Otherwise, all these plates would just crush into the center. All that snow and ice Ice Planet HQ would just crush it. So, Centru says, I'd like to display in the Alabama one as well, but girlfriend birthday is around that time. A modularizing build is so good for transport. I've done it with everyone I've built. Yeah, see, this is me leaning more into the modularity, Centru, so I'm hoping that it works as well as I would expect it to. We'll see. But sorry you can't make it to the Alabama convention to display, but I think, you know, priorities, man. I get it. You gotta take care of what's important. So no shame there. Caleb is here. Good to see you, Caleb. Mark, love the stream so far. Oh, thanks, Caleb. Appreciate you stopping by. For those who have just joined, feel free to like the video. It helps a lot. Helps that algorithm a bunch. So feel free to like the video. But thanks for stopping by, Caleb. Glad you're enjoying the streams. They're very productive for building too, especially if you keep it simple like these kind of blocky landscapes, which we need to make a couple of, hopefully. We'll see. We need to make this the biggest, grandest ice planet scene that I can with my pieces, and it should be pretty nice once it's done. Not gonna say COOL, but it's gonna be nice. Nice as ice. Rob Claxton says, "What's up, Malister?" Yep, Malister's here. Malister in the chat. No red coat praising and no blue coat dunking on. While Malister's here, he will get you. He has a blue wrench by his name, which means he can put you in timeout for dunking on the blue coats. So don't do that. Be warned. Yeah, you can talk about D&D and he'll like it. So we're all fans of D&D here. So. A sandy ice planet. Haha, yeah, this is what happens if all the ice melts. It's just sand and grass. Piles of sand and grass. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. I sit through every millisecond of them. Oh, thanks, Caleb. I appreciate you watching the stream. The views have been very good. They've slowly crept up over the stream, so thank you, Caleb. Hide a frog or a squirrel somewhere. You know what? Hello, that's a fantastic idea, and I think I could make that happen. Hold on one second. We'll scoot and grab the small animals. I might put a little spider or something in there just for kicks, because it's all hollow. I mean, there's plenty of room for an Easter egg. No one's going to see it but the people on this stream. The Brick Twins are here. Hi, Mark. Hope you are well. Doing pretty well, Brick Twins. Good to see you guys. I remember seeing a post from you guys that you're close to 800 subscribers. So if you're watching this stream, you need more LEGO content that you're subscribed to, check out the Brick Twins. They do a bunch of set reviews and videos and stuff, so check them out. Two cool dudes and their parents. So, all right. Darkside Brick Circus says, I wish you luck with getting your build completed in time for your next con. I was hoping to display at Brick Slopes, Utah this year, but it's going to be moving around that time, so hopefully next year. Ah, yeah, moving. That's going to put a little bit of rain on the parade of convention display time, but no, that's, yeah, understood, Brick Circus. We will try to get it done. I think we'll get at least a pretty solid mock done. Like, even what we have built right now is not bad, and usually that last week before convention, I get into hyperdrive building mode, and it's able to make miracles happen. So even what we've got done so far is good progress, so we're pretty happy about that. Red coat support is auto ban. Well, the other mod is here. Grumpy J has shown up at a very ironic time. Just to phrase, red coats blast. It's Grumpy. Yep, exactly. The Grumpy, I think, just decided to become a red coat fan just because Malister is such a big blue coat fan. He's a little bit of a contrarian. So it's pretty hilarious. But happy birthday, Grumpy J. Hope your birthday's been a great day. Hope you had some good food, some time with family, maybe a little bit of Lego if you're lucky. I don't know. You might have to. You might be at the stage where you buy your own Lego birthday presents. I know I've gotten to that point, but I don't encourage people to buy me more Lego because I've got most of it already. But yeah, happy birthday, Grumpy J. And member for 14 months. That's awesome. I think that's as long as I've had memberships, pretty much. And T Valkyrie right behind him there too. Also with the 12 months. Just a few months less. Still a blue brick. Very impressive. The Brick Twin says, thanks for the shout-out, Mark. Much appreciated. Love what you are building this evening. Absolutely, Brick Twins. Happy that you guys were able to stop by. We're working on some Ice Planet icy terrain, but you wouldn't even be able to tell right now. Now it looks like a gravel driveway or a parking lot. It looks like a very basic scene here, but we'll make something happen in just a second, I think. So, Malister is gifted 5 Markify with memberships. Thank you, Malister. Appreciate it. I think Malister is trying to egg Grumpy J on into doing the back and forth thing. That always gets out of hand really quickly. But thank you, Malister. Appreciate it. So, we got these big white plates here, and we want to be kind of careful how we attach them. We don't want to cause stress points anywhere. So we move them just a little bit, shift them. We can have these in there too. And then we just need a few white plates on the outside edge and connect them all. So there's one of my hairs on there. We'll take that off. Don't want my DNA in the scene like that. All right. Oh yeah, a bunch of people got memberships. Congratulations, guys. You definitely go check out the Atlantis update picture that happened not too long ago. So feel free to check that out either when you're done watching the stream or, yeah, whatever. So, Grumpy J gifted 5 Markify with memberships. Thank you, Grumpy J. You guys don't have to start a war if you don't want to. It's fine. But thank you for all the support, guys. And congratulations to those who got memberships. So. We got some white plates here. I'm going to actually use these ones. So, here's my conundrum here, okay, guys? We got a couple pretty like, they're not stained, but they're just kind of dirty. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're not yellowed either. They're just barely off-white. And these are like from my childhood. These are old plates. And I'm thinking I need to use them in the terrain here because they're pretty much going to be covered with tiles anyway, and you won't really be able to see them much. So I think I'm going to do that. It feels weird to not use bright, shiny pieces like on the surface. This is sort of closer to the surface than the inside of the MOC, but I'm still going to use them, and it should be fine. I am planning on, like I said, plenty of tiles going on sooner rather than later before this scene is done. I might even have to order some white tiles, actually, which is painful to think about, but I do want this scene to look very nice, so the sacrifice may be well worth it. There we go. And big plates are always kind of spongy. When they get this size, they don't snap down with a click. They kind of scrunch. They got a little bit of a flex to them. Just means I get a really good knuckle workout here. Fingers good and strong. There we go. All right, let's put these two here. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm building. So we're just covering this in white plates, and that's the height of the landscape. And then these little detailed sections, like what we were showing off earlier, just snap right in there. Here you go. And that's one complete side of the MOC, maybe a few more tiles on top later. And then you're able to work your way back into the scene. So, pretty nice. I'm liking how this works so far. Very simple, basically just a tall mills plate. I don't know if you guys have heard of the term mills, but it's a lot of city builders use it. It's basically making your landscapes thick enough that they're very sturdy and don't collapse. Lego base plates, they're very wobbly and they got a nice flex to them. They do that so that you can remove the pieces easy enough, but it doesn't quite work great for stability purposes, so it works out. Mouser says, haha, always get Grumpy's goat. Yes, exactly. You two constant frenemies. Always messing with each other. I think it's a military thing. But yeah. Tim says, good way to clean them off. White Lego is bleach and chlorine. Yep, some cleaners would work. I've also seen hydrogen peroxide, and then you leave them in the sun for a little bit, and that'll clean them up a little bit too. I'm just lazy. I don't ever get around to that, but I should. I'm starting to collect very toasty yellowed pieces in my white pieces and starting to kind of set them aside, especially if they're big and kind of harder to find, like they're really worth cleaning off. So I'll have to maybe do a video about my experience cleaning off Lego pieces. That would actually be pretty good content, actually, now that I think about it. I might have to do that at some point when I have more free time. I've been busy lately. That Atlantis 12-hour build really was kicking my butt. It was tricky. I actually had to restart because the first one did not turn out the way I wanted it to. So I was 6 hours in, and I'm like, cancel, redo. That's why there's a delay this week. There's no video out Thursday or Friday. Instead, it's coming out next week. So, spoilers. But I think everyone will enjoy it more on the second attempt. So. Well, we're almost done with this nice white surface of a new landscape chunk, but we just need a few more 4x plates to go in here, so we'll grab those. But Michael says, happy birthday, Grumpy J. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Grumpy J. I think the little bit of a tarnish look makes it look more natural. Yeah, like so a little bit of off-white makes it look like natural snow. That might make sense a little. You could always explain it away with some lore, right? That might work. Hydrogen peroxide, yep, Grumpy J knows the trick for sure. Reese says, that's so satisfying. There you go. There you go, Reese. Hopefully the changing of colors looks good in the scene. So, Darkside Brick Circus says, have you or are you going to see Revenge of the Sith in theaters for the 25th anniversary? I'm planning on it. I'm planning on going Monday because I was too young to understand Star Wars in 2000. I would have been 6. Well, I just wasn't into Star Wars at the time. I missed out. And then it was like 2006 or 8 when the Revenge of the Sith came out. It was a while ago now. All I know is I wasn't into Star Wars then, and now I like Star Wars, so it's worth watching in the theater. So it doesn't happen all the time, so I'm going to be going and checking it out for sure. I need to watch Andor. Isn't Andor out now? The first couple episodes at least? It's a lot of good Star Wars to see. So do not mix bleach and chlorine. Good to know, Malister. Yeah, I think I would just be using bleach. I don't think I have any chlorine on hand anymore. I don't have a pool or anything, so just don't have it. But yeah. You're not lazy, just busy. Exactly. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm not lazy at all. No. I'm a working man, working hard here, getting some ice planet built. That's a good way to think about it. Let's get some white 4x plates here, or even some 2x, and double them up. Oh, that wouldn't work. But that should do it. There you go. And unlike those previous plates I was complaining about, these are nice and bright white, so we can actually leave a few places exposed. If we could find another 4x4, that'd be better than using these two 2x4s. There we go. It's nice having those white pieces right there within reach. There we go. That's complete, guys. That's one nice chunk done. And we'll actually put this axle here. There you go. So now these will fit very nicely in there. And just like that. And there's a spaceship parked on that corner. We can put this aside. There's the Ice Hawk making a little guest appearance. Put that away for a second. Yeah. So that connects nicely to our modular landscape chunks we made earlier, but now I want to work on some of the more decorative, detailed pieces here. So I want to make more of these. Basically just another small one like this, and another corner piece like this. So one more like that size. Hopefully tonight, we'll see. It's almost 8. We've got till about 9:15, so we got a good chunk of time left. But yeah, one chunk done. Very good. Put that with the pile. I think, yeah, we'll switch over to the detail stuff now. We've got a perfect example of what we want it to look like here, so we'll leave this within view. And let's make a small one first. Let's do that. So I'm out of, I've run out of these small size base plates there. There's an old gray one right there being used. I use the smaller size base plates quite a bit in my 12-hour build series, so we're out. That's the last one I think we had available. So rather than order a few more, I don't think they're like super expensive. I just don't feel like making an order. I'm going to use regular plates. It's going to change the height by about 1 sheet of printer paper. So hopefully it'll still snap together without too much issue. We'll see. If it's a real problem, I could always get a few more small base plates, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. 2005, my friend. Oh yeah, see, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I don't know. I'm seeing it tomorrow night, and it's surprisingly enough, I was 5 when it came out, and it was the first movie I saw in theaters. Okay, so you were a big Star Wars fan right off the bat, then. That's awesome. Yeah, I wasn't a Star Wars fan until late teens, early adulthood. So I even then I'm mostly like I enjoy Star Wars, but I'm more of a casual fan. I'm not like didn't grow up with it, not a hardcore Star Wars enthusiast. So, but I still do enjoy it. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch it. I enjoy all the nerd stuff for sure. And yes, Andor Season 2 has held up the Epic Bar Season 1 set. Yeah, it looks good, and people have said it is good, so I need to watch it. Yeah. Grumpy J says, big chunky. It's a chunky chunk of Lego. Mark, you're doing a sorting stream Sunday, which is my Monday. Oh, so yes, Tim, we should be doing a sorting stream Sunday because we're actually on track this week for streams. We fell behind on weekly video production, but this Friday stream was on time and had plenty of time to work on it. So Saturday I'm off, and then Sunday I'll be back again, fresh, ready to stream an hour of sorting. We need to get some more sorting done, so it's higher priority than you'd think. Let's see. We'll move the spaceship and chunk here over here. Yeah, we need to get some more sorting done. We just do. Okay. And this should give us an idea of how wide it needs to be. So let's see what that looks like. Nice. Well, maybe we don't even need a piece that big then. We can... That'll work. That's good. Okay. So basically, we are tracing out the curvature of one 32 by 32 space and make that rounded. Not too rounded. Don't have it going to come out too far, but have it be relatively curved right there. So, yeah, sorting stream for Sunday. Should be scheduling that tomorrow. If you have them, put the Ice Planet penguins in there somewhere. I've got a couple of them. I think I have 4 total in my small animal bin. So that can happen for sure. I think the penguins are a little silly, but people like them, so I'll probably throw them in there just because I have them. So. Oh, I saw Return of the Jedi first time at theaters as a kid. Yes, I probably could have, because that would have been, I don't even know how old I am and how old the movie is, but I would have been kind of a kid at that time, maybe a little bit older than some of you guys watching it in theaters, but just wasn't into it. I just missed it. So, Mando is a great show. Yeah, I enjoyed The Mandalorian, especially season 1, and season 2 was quite good as well. Season 3. It's fine. It's alright. But I think that they can do better. Make it a little bit more refined, less chaotic storyline. So got to see the originals re-released many, many years back, and the prequels first showing when I was an adult. There you go. Nice. It's chlorine gas. Yeah, don't want to do that. Don't want to cause issues like that. So, depending on specific compounds, you can inadvertently make poison gas. Yeah, don't want to do that. That's not our intention here. So hopefully that is avoided. But let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Do we want to just do one of these? Will that work? No. Let's try this. Because that would work. And that would work. Right? Yeah. And we just need a couple plates right here. Let me see if we got any right here. Let's put that there. There. And that should be good. We just need a 1x6 plate. I know they exist. Maybe I just need to make one myself. And then a 2x6. Maybe this won't be so easy. We'll try this, actually. We'll do this. Over here? Is that right? Hold on. Oh, we need a 1x4. Good. We can just do this then. It's a little bit of an abrupt corner back. Like, that will be a bit of a point right there. I don't really like that. Let me see if we got a different wedge plate there. Hold on one second. I'm going to go look in the blue pieces here. But first, we're going to check the chat here. It was better when Mando didn't take his mask off. Yeah, that was a little bit controversial when that happened. That wasn't what bothered me. I think it was just how it got kind of silly with the story. It got, like, unrealistic to a point of silliness. So, but T. Valkyrie gifted 5 Mark of with memberships. Thank you so much, T. Valkyrie. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Agreed. Mando is an awkward state right now. Hopefully they can pull the story back together with season 4, maybe the movie. We'll see. Yeah, I think there's still a lot of potential with The Mandalorian, but if they keep making it more and more goofy, then I don't think it's going to be good. I liked parts of Boba Fett, but it just kind of the really rainbow scooters were out of touch for me. So it wasn't Star Wars feeling for me. But anyway, Grumpy J says T Valkyrie. So Grumpy J, thought I'd join and celebrate your birthday. Oh, thank you, T Valkyrie, and happy birthday, Grumpy. So, how do you expand your Lego collection without ordering pieces online? You don't. No, there's ways to do it in person. The official Lego stores have their pick-a-brick walls, which are a very cheap way to get good pieces. Like my friend Dom on Instagram and YouTube, Cool Guy Dom 03. He does these videos of how much money you save by buying a box of pieces that you pull off the walls at the Lego stores. It's way cheaper than buying it online if you can go in and get the pieces you want. So that's a good way to do it. Local Lego stores like Bricks and Minifigs or other independently owned stores are a good way to get pieces for sure. They usually have a table you can paw through, and they have different prices for different locations, but usually those are a pretty good deal. Yard sales, there's ways to do it. I have usually enough pieces for most projects, but I just don't like spending extra money on more pieces. Like if I have this much Lego in my room, I should be able to figure it out and find what I'm looking for. Freddie commented, "Hey Mark, just dropped by to say I love the Bronze Age collapse build. I'm an archaeology student and just finished my dissertation, which partially focuses on the collapse." That's awesome, Freddie. I am only a very casual fan of history. When I was younger, I was very into it. Now that I've gotten older, I've been focusing more on Lego, but yeah, huge fan of the Bronze Age, ancient history. Anything with swords is pretty awesome in my book. So very, very glad you enjoyed that video. So it's a little bit more niche, off the beaten path for sure. Let me look for some smaller dark blue wedges to go right here. I want to make this less chunky. I want it to be more sharp angle. We might even swap this out for something else too. We'll see. Let me try some options here, because we could do this, and then this, and then this. If we have a 2x4, that would work better. So yeah, we'll play around with that. Ooh, that'll work. That'll work. Okay. So here's what we got. A couple more dark blue plates. You can put that right there. And this right here. And then we can go like that. There we go. And maybe a 1x3 plate. I don't think we have any 1x3 plates, do we? There's 1x4s, 1x2s. We could just use a 1x2. We'll do that. Awesome. And we'll need a 2x6 plate in pretty much any color. There we go. And now that we've got that outline the way we want it, we can start snapping down some dark blue bricks. Is that one plate too big? I think that's one plate too big. We done messed up, but I know how to fix it. There you go. Push this in just a hair. There we go. So that'll work. And that's just, it's a little bit straight on some of the angles. Like this is kind of flat. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll decorate it nicely. The shipping kills it for me. Yeah, shipping adds up pretty quickly for most things. Like if you buy on Bricklink, it's going to be $5 shipping usually, or sometimes $8 shipping, depending on where you live, what state you're in, what country you're in. Different countries have different prices for shipping. So yeah, it can add up quickly. That's the problem. Yeah. Boba was not how I thought it was going to be. Yeah, Boba was he was a little bit like really nice for a gang lord. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was. I watched it, but I don't think I loved it. So I'm not gonna hate on that scooter gang. I thought it was weird. It didn't feel like the scooter should have looked different. They looked like retro 50s Futura vibes. It didn't have Star Wars vibes. Maybe the fact that they at first resemble Power Rangers. Yeah, that we can get into that all day. But yeah, Boba Fett was I loved the part with the sand people. That was awesome. I could watch that all day long, but some of the things just felt a little silly to me. So I'm going to do a build video, but it won't be a live stream that I will put on my channel of the brick bounty set. Oh, nice, Tim. Yeah, I knew you were working on that ship, so hopefully you're able to get that completed and do a cool video. Do a nice video on it. I think this is the first one tonight, maybe second if you were debating it. We'll put that where people can see it. There you go. Only one for tonight, not bad. One that I've caught, anyway. I might have said it and not paid attention, but... I'm from the Stone Age. I'm cousin to the guy who invented the wheel. Yeah, Grumpy J, you're as old as time itself, for sure. David C is here. Good to see you, David. Thanks for stopping by. We are making some ice planet. Let me get a 1x6 brick. Would work perfect. I don't see one here. 2x6 would work, technically. Well, I might have to do that. There we go. And let's get a filler brick. That's only 2 plates high, isn't it? We'll have to do something else besides that. There we go. Start snapping this together. Make it make sense. Father Time was my roommate in college. Exactly, Grumpy. So yeah. I get it. Time is cruel sometimes, Grumpy J. This is making me want to work on something, but I'm exhausted after work. Oh, I gotcha, Adeline. No worries. Build when you have energy and feel like doing it. If you don't, it's okay. It's okay to be tired. Sometimes there's sometimes even I don't feel like building, and I know I should be building. I still don't. Still, I'm unable to. Let's try something different here. I want to do something a little bit different with what's happening here. I want to do that. Like that. I like that a little bit better for some reason. We'll try that. Alright. Let's get a 2x4 right there. We're keeping it really basic with this one, guys. This one might be like the back of the MOC filler detail side. It's turning out a little chunky for me. I don't know. It might just be me. Let's see. Aha! A dark blue 1x1 will do the trick. There we go. Now let's put a 2x3 slope right there. Let's put a 1x1 brick right there. And put a 2x4 right there. There you go. Awesome. And let's do that. And that. And if we had another slope, that'd be excellent. There's one. Let's see. Ooh, that would work good. 4x4 curved brick on that side looks good. Well, let's do this. Let's do that, and let's do that. And that looks pretty nice. Awesome. So we're getting some, you can barely see the dark blue, but we're getting some progress here. Let me put this down after I get a piece out of it. And we need that to be like that. That'll work. Alright. Let me show you what we got here. So, pretty crude, but it'll work. I actually like the way that curved brick is fitting in there. That'll work very nicely. And yeah, that slope is just saving that otherwise very blocky corner, but it'll work. And now we need to get a nice attachment point. We need another one like this. Or actually, there's a specific configuration that I'm working on for these outer pieces, so we'll make that work in a second. Let's read the comments though really quick. Let's see. Hunter is here. Good to see you, Hunter. I get so much crap for enjoying Book of Boba Fett, but I genuinely believe it was some of the most quality storytelling in all of Star Wars. Hey, Hunter, I get it. If you liked Boba Fett, that's awesome. I know there were parts of Boba Fett that I absolutely loved, and there are parts that I just didn't quite resonate with me as much. So I respect your opinion. Yeah. Tim says, there was something about the dark blue Lego that I think is a great color to build with. Yes. Dark blue's awesome. It's a great color. I'm glad they're still making it. Glad they're still using it. Older pieces can be a little bit fragile if they're big. Like these plates I'm kind of nervous to build with sometimes, but it's a good one. Bricktastic Builds. Good to see you, Bricktastic Builds. Thanks for stopping by. The other coloring doesn't matter as long as you have the pristine transient orange. Oh, we do. We do, Hunter. Actually, I might show off for people who are here. Earlier, we were showing this off. We got the big dome piece there being used in the HQ, so that's pretty fun. But yeah, we're working on the landscaping right now, which the first layer of which is dark blue. You can see it right there. So we're making a section pretty much the same size as this one. Not exactly the same, though. It's different configuration of bricks. Although it looks pretty similar right there. Oh, no. Let me move it here. There you go. It's a little bit different. A little different. Different enough. It'll make sense. Aero Nomad. Good to see you, Aero Nomad. What are the best pieces to buy from Lego Pick-a-Brick? Ooh, interesting. I like plant pieces. They're normally not too overpriced. And I like landscaping, so that works great. Tiles are actually usually a great deal. They're typically as cheap as you're going to get them on Lego Pick-a-Brick on Lego.com. So I was buying a lot of black tile pieces for my Tron build not too long ago. Actually, that was about a year ago now, but and it was the best way to get it was from Lego Pick-a-Brick. So tiles are good. Bricks are okay, depends on which ones, but tiles are good. Some minifigure parts are pretty cheap there too. Some are expensive, like the animals are typically overpriced. So it's interesting. There's a give and take on there. Yeah. Reese says, "Yo, that's awesome. Wish I had more neon orange." Yes, neon orange is fantastic. Yeah, I got a nice HQ. I can't quite fit it into the scene without knocking stuff over, but it's great. This is the first of hopefully many buildings that we'll work on for the scene, but eventually it'll be a big display. We're working on an 8-foot table's worth of Ice Planet stuff. It'll be a while. We'll be here a bit. There's loads of trans orange and Nexonites. Yes, Grumpy Jade. There is loads of Nexonites, trans neon orange, blah, blah, blah. I'm being nice to you because it's your birthday. That's the only reason. I hope they make a modern Ice Planet set like they did with Blacktron. Johnny, that would be amazing. I would love that. But I don't know. I think the chances are a little bit slim just because the color trans neon orange, they're not making it anymore as far as we know. So it would be awkward for them to try and resuscitate a color. They've done it before. If they want to do it, it'll happen. But them making that decision is usually a slow one. So we'll see. But yeah, maybe one day. I think we'll see one day, but maybe not anytime soon. We'll see. They don't produce transient orange anymore. Exactly. That was my worries with that one, General Tron. So. Spectre says, COL, I like the orange glass. Yeah, the transient orange pieces are just awesome. Yeah, I'm trying not to say the word COOL. We've already said it once by accident today. The other streams, we've done it, like one stream I said it 15 times by accident. That was really bad. So trying to, just for my own kicks and giggles, not say that word. Doing pretty good today. They had to make trans bright green because they lost the recipe for trans neon green. Did they? Is that really what it is? It feels like what that is, but maybe that's the fun way of describing what happened. One by one brick would do the trick. Or actually, this'll do. This'll work. All right. No, we didn't even need it. There's already one there. Okay. We're good to move on to blue bricks. Here we go. So we've got a bunch of bricks here to build with. We'll set this right over here. We'll need some tan here as well. Excuse me. Here we go. And I'm sure it's a surprise to some people that I'm using tan bricks for filler, but it's what I have the most of right now that I'm not using in any other builds. I got all my tan Lego projects out of the way. Dune's done. Adventurers is done. Even Atlantis is done. That had some dark tan in it. So now we're just using it as filler brick because we would rather have blue on the outside. And gray. Steve wants to build more castle stuff eventually, so not using up gray. It's the filler brick this time. At least do one remake of each theme that's retired. I mean, possibly. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty great, Tim. Dang it. All right. Back to building. Okay. Enough tomfoolery. Let's see here. Some good blue bricks to build with here. Mark, have you seen any footage of the new Marathon game by Bungie? Been watching some streams of it this week, and its limited color palette and geometric style are really inspiring for builds. Marathon. Interesting. I have not seen that, Sentry. I will look it up now, though, if you recommend it. It also sounds like it's like a kind of Lego vibe to it. Like you could make some... I almost said COL. Make some fun builds. I'm not going to put a stud down. I didn't say it. I just thought about it. I'm psyching myself out. But no, that's awesome, Sentry. I will look that up. Awesome, great, wow, sick, brilliant, outrageous. There is some word. Yeah, outrageous. I like that word. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love brilliant. Lots of great adjectives to use besides COOL. Trying not to have cringe ice puns like some of our friends in the chat have used. I think it's funny when someone else uses them, but I don't like using them for some reason. I can't even really explain it. But yeah, we're just putting down some basic blue bricks. Maybe a slope or two every now and then, but nothing too complicated. This is supposed to be the kind of... What I'm personally disappointed with is that they didn't produce trans medium blue. That's what neon blue is on my logo. Yes! So the trans medium blue, they made some. A few pieces exist, but it's really uncommon for sure. And so... I relate to that desire for those pieces though, because it's interesting. I remember they made a few for Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze. I got a few of those sets when I was a kid. They were great, but yeah, the limited as far as how many pieces were made in those colors. So. Oh, we got to use that one there. You see that piece? That's I almost said COO. That's a really nice piece. We're going to use that right there. If it'll fit. I think it'll fit. Yeah. We're going to make that work. Because you see that? That's neat. I like that. Alright. We're going to put that there. And that there. Nice. Nicey nice. I couldn't help myself. Sorry. All right. Let's put that there and that there. And a 2x2 right there. And a 1x3 will work great there. Awesome. And one of these that'll do it. Sweet. I almost don't like that slope there. That's just a little awkward. Let's try something else instead. We don't want to stand out. We want to blend in when it comes to landscaping. That seems a little bit less obtrusive. It'll work. Apart from Nexonites, Mark? You can spell it but not say it. Exactly, Tim. Try not to say the word COL. I can still spell it. They shouldn't stop the colors. Why retire them? We all like colors. Exactly, Grumpy J. Why don't they just make a few more colors? If they could, they make the most profitable toy company in the world, and they're stingy about their color choices. It's silly. At this point, they should just do whatever looks good and sell more. So I think we would buy more if trans neon orange was still in existence. I don't understand big billionaires, companies like that. Nexus Zach says, hello there, I have returned. Good to see you, Nexus Zach. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to drop a like if you feel like it. We still got plenty of time before our 9:15 building timer runs out for the evening. But yeah, we're doing good. We've gotten some decent progress on this little chunk of landscaping. We also made a square of white brick here, so you can see the plates there. So yeah, turned out good. I got an ad on my phone. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too many ads for the stream. But yeah, so we got a chunk done. We're making a little detail piece here, which we'll fill up with filler brick now. We're doing good. Making it happen. Let me make sure we got a nice connection. Let me make that axle connection happen real quick. And we need one more 2x2 or equivalent plates. Nope. A filler brick color. Yeah, that worked. There you go. Alright. We need one more technique piece here. I might switch to the chatting camera for a second here. Just chatting. There we go. Digging through our Technic again. Let's see. We're looking for a very specific axle piece, if I can track it down. Aha! Man, that was fast. We're in luck today. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. This little unassuming axle with a 1x1 stud on the end is what we needed. We also needed a, it's kind of red so you can see, but you need a brick with a hole in it. A Technic brick. It actually has a pretty firm connection right there. And then you get an axle. Brick with an axle hole. Put it right in there. And suddenly you have a brick with an axle in it. And that axle is not going anywhere. You couldn't pull that out if you tried because it would go right through the plastic. So a very secure connection, which we will then put into our little build here. Exactly 2 plates high. Like so. It goes right there. So we then need to build around that so that it can connect to our mega mills like that. Ta-da! And it works great. So it's never gonna come out, separate. It's never gonna get lost in there. So we did it, folks. All right. I wish they made more of the trans yellow pieces, as I'm wanting a 6x8 trans yellow plate. Yes, trans yellow from Classic Space and Blacktron 1. Great color as well. Yeah, they need to make more of that for sure. For sure, Tim. Tadlong. Tadlong? I always thought the neon scooters in the book would have fit really well in a lot of KOTOR, even Coruscant. If they had someone making fun of them, they would have imported them tighter. Oh, okay. So the kind of retro, colorful scooters would have worked well in Coruscant. I agree. They probably would have looked okay in Coruscant. I thought they looked really odd. They were so fancy and shiny, and they were in like a desert. I think that a desert would have had like a really kind of poor town, would have had more beat up looking vehicles. It just looked too fancy for its place. It was weird. It's like, why would you drive a classic Rolls Royce in the desert? I don't know. It just seemed odd. So, but yeah, it's in Coruscant they would have made more sense though. That's a good point. So, I'm still looking for studs in that color. Interesting. Yeah, I think they're either really rare or they didn't really make them in that color for the medium, trans medium light blue. So. Reese has got to go. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by, Reese. Appreciate you tuning in and saying hi. So. Nexus Zach says, like, comment, subscribe. Exactly, Nexus. Thank you very much. And a member for 12 months? Congratulations. That's awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel, Nexus. And Nexus, so for members, I don't know if you've seen this already. If you might have already checked it out, but you can see the Atlantis build early. It's got a pretty much a full update picture there. You can see. It'll be a little while before that build goes public, but for members, it's available now. So that was a tricky one. That one was giving me some trouble. So I finally figured it out and made it the way I liked it, but at first it was not working out. So only part I have in trans neon yellow is a Bionicle brainstalk piece. Yeah, that is a very unusual color. I think I have the yellow eye piece as well inside the Bionicle head where it's hard to remove. So, where did you get your t-shirt, Mark? I had it made, Tim. So I had this custom made. It's one of my designs, but it's basically just the Lego System logo on my shirt. So anyone could do this. There's ways you could make your own t-shirts. I don't know if it's... Lego probably wouldn't like me making these, but I just made one for myself. So hopefully they don't come after me for it. But, yeah, there's... I think Maticus Bricks has one that's like this too. I don't know where he got his. So... yeah, there's ways you can get them. I had this one custom made. I need to find someone who can make t-shirts because I have lots of designs I could make, but I just haven't gotten around to finding a place where they can make my t-shirts for me. So, gonna make that happen eventually though because I like Lego t-shirts. This is one of the ones that I like. So, next is I've seen our son and all of our 8 planets. Yeah, Grumpy J's been around, so for sure. We'll switch back to the just building cam so I can get back to building. But Lorem Ipsum is here. Good to see you, Lorem Ipsum. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely a shirt I'd wear. Systems started in my youth. Yeah, Lego Systems where it's at. If you remember a Lego System, you're one of the OGs. So he has loads of videos of Tron. Oh, do I have Tron? Is there a video of your Tron build? Yes, I have multiple videos of the build process. Kind of the decision making throughout the build process. You got a lot of short videos showing off the final build, like 3 or 4 of them throughout different iterations during its year of being displayed. Tron is gone though, so no more videos will be produced until I make more Tron, but that's not going to be anytime soon, I don't think. I'm kind of Troned out right now. The new Tron Ares trailer looked pretty neat, but I don't... I'm a little concerned. Hopefully it's good. If it's not good, it's not the end of the world, but I think it at least has a great aesthetic. The video, the trailer looks great. So we'll see. It could be outrageously good, or it could be a Morbin time. Another Morbin situation. Another Morbius. I've never even seen Morbius. I think I was warned about how amazingly bad that movie was. So. I'm sure some people enjoyed it, but overall I think people thought it was like hilariously silly. So now we're putting on some azure, some dark azure pieces. I like to say azure, but I think it's azure. Azure? Azure? I always have trouble pronouncing this. I need to look it up. A video on how to pronounce this, but it's these bluish shades of bricks. They look great. They look very icy, frozen. We don't need a lot of them, just a few. Just a little sprinkle. Lorem Ipsum says, I know 2 guys who can make shirts, that is. Ooh. Azure. 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 Thanks, Lorem. Lorem's always here when I'm having trouble pronouncing Azure. I'm trying my best. But yeah, if you have a t-shirt makers, let me know. I'm interested. All right. We'll put this one here just to fill it out. So, the next layer is down. This is going pretty quick now that we've got a line established. So we're good to go. Let's see. It's okay, Mark. I did the same thing with my M-Tron shirt. Yeah. You gotta you sort of under the radar make some great Lego merch because they don't make it themselves, unfortunately. I'm gonna grab a Gatorade because my voice is getting a little tired. Let's see. SFAM Studio says, what if you added a Captain America minifigure frozen in the ice? Oh, that'd be sweet. That would be amazing. I think I could make that happen, SFAM Studios. That would also be just a great Easter egg. Trying to do Easter eggs in the build and have fun with it. So. Azure is a color of a blue sky after a rainstorm. Lol, I kid. I mean, that's just a poetic way of saying it, Grumpy, but yes. I agree. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do. I think that'll work. Would that work or would this work better? We'll do that. Alright. Get a couple of these bad boys. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I got 1 or 2 of these. Okay. Yeah. Trading out a few of these basic bricks for a few slopes that I stumbled across. I think we can have one more 2x4 that do this right here. That looks good. See that little slope there? Just makes a nice little change of pace. Now we've got this brighter shade of azure. Good to go. Right in there. I might actually do it right there. And that one could go there. Actually. We need a 1x1. That'll work. See? Oh, that looks nice. Slopes look great in a snowy scene like that, or icy scene. That'll work. Oh yeah. Pretty good. It's working. Let's get a little bit of tan filler brick before we go too far. A 1x1 or 1x2 would be good right there. Let's do that. Nice. Yeah, basic brick honestly would be fine here. That would be better over here. Let's do that. Nice. Some good detail pieces here. So. The Spanish call it azul. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. If you're only wearing for yourself and not selling, it's okay. There you go, Tim. That's my read on it as well. So. His video border color is light azure. Yeah, exactly. It's very similar shade, honestly. I think this is a little bit more blue in the brick, but I mean that's not too different. That's good point there, General Trons. Bless you, Nexus. Azul. That does sound like you're sneezing, actually, now that I think about it. Need to have Mr. Freeze sunbathing on Ice Planet somewhere. A Mr. Freeze minifigure would actually be a terrific addition, too. I'm going to have to go back and write these down. So we wanted the Captain America frozen in the ice. Mr. Freeze somewhere up on the mountains acting all, ha ha ha, it's so cold here. That'd be some good Easter eggs to add to it. I mean, no Santa Claus is already ready to go over here. So Santa Claus will be in the build somewhere. Probably in the ice cave hanging out with the Yeti figures. Actually, I'll put him with the Yeti figures here. But yeah, so there'll be some fun, just silly little additions like that. The scene is not going to take itself too seriously, so. Let's get a little bit of filler in there. There we go. Slope right there, brick right there. A 1x4 and probably another 1x4 right there. cheese slope. Dude, there we go. It's looking pretty chilly. Pretty icy. All right, we're good to move on. It's a little bit flat right on that front area. Oh well. I'm not too worried about this is almost like the back of the MOC for me, so we'll leave it like that. Oh, the thing somewhere? I was just watching a video mentioning the thing. RR Slugger did a fun Arctic video on the Arctic City sub-theme that was supposed to release in 1998, but actually released in 2000 or 2001. That was a great video, and it mentioned the thing as being the inspiration for the alien pieces you found in the Arctic asteroids. So really unusual tie-in combination there, but it made total sense to me. That's where those aliens, are coming from. They're coming in to take over. It's pretty gnarly stuff. So, and gym trainers doing the Norwegian Ice Smash Challenge? Yes, exactly. You could have them jumping out into the snow, getting all cold. I don't think I'd want to do that, but some people love it, so. Will this be the last display ready for Tampa? This will definitely be ready for Tampa charge. This should be ready for Birmingham in just a few weeks. So that's coming up pretty soon. But this is, so it should be done, 2 weeks. We'll get to at least a fairly complete stage. And by the time Tampa rolls around, it should be absolutely 100% done and should be looking great. So, yes. Let's get some white bricks on top here, shall we? We got plenty to work with here from the 12-hour Ice Planet build, which still has a lot of white pieces in here. So once those are on, we can start working on the next one. I don't know if we'll get it done, but we can at least start it. So let's fill up the tan a little bit first, though. Just a little bit. A little bit more filler brick should do the trick. Yeah, the thing was a very Arctic themed horror movie. So that would actually work pretty well as a reference to that. Maybe it was like disguised as a husky for a while. I don't want to make the huskies the bad guys, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out something. Should include Herbie the Elf and Rudolph in that cave. Oh, Rudolph! That would be funny. We can make that work next. I'll try to include all the winter and Christmas and icy references that we can in the build. At least a few of them for sure. Some of the superheroes, especially like Mr. Freeze and Captain America. Those are Rudolph too. If we could figure out a way to get a little red piece on a reindeer, I can make something happen. Are there reindeer on Ice Planet? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The Lego Kid, or That Lego Kid. You're live. We are live, That Lego Kid. It is getting a little later in the evening here in the United States, but I don't know what time it is in Australia, so thank you for stopping by. It smells like space in here. What does space smell like, Fazoom? Now you've got me really confused, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you tuning in for a moment, Fazoom. You probably would like this theme that we're working on. We're working on Ice Planet. So we have lots of Ice Planet stuff going on. I don't know if you've seen these little trucks that I made. We made a couple of these. We've got some Yetis watching the building process. Fazoom, I don't know if you saw this yet, but there's a great spaceship here. So it goes swoosh. Very swooshable Ice Planet fighter jet style ship. We're working on a big spaceship, which didn't win the poll for building tonight. But I'll show it to you really quick, Fazoom, because I know you like spaceships. This is what I got working on it so far, and it's pretty rad. So we'll eventually finish the rest of this really big spaceship. Should be 100 studs long. And that will be pretty fun. But yeah, we're working on just basic landscaping right now, making it modular, kind of mills style, like mega mills style plates. So yeah, we're making it happen today. Some good progress achieved. We made this center chunk already, this big, just very basic square, and then these guys attach to the side and give it decoration. So you can see here's two corners that fit together, and suddenly you've got a detailed landscape that's modular. You could switch it out with different pieces if you want to reconfigure the landscape. All the buildings will also be modular size too, so you can change it up, make it bigger or smaller depending on which pieces you use. So trying to be ultra modular with this MOC. Hopefully it works. I think it's working. I think it's working. I can feel it. Yeah. No space. Spaceship. Double cockpit. Yes. It's got the two pilots in there. Kind of referencing the Deep Freeze Defender a little bit. I didn't want it to be exactly the same. But yeah, they're pretty fun. Lorem Ipsum says, those are COOL. I'm trying not to say the word COOL. So we've already said it a few times. I think I have the counter up to 2 now. But trying not to say it even in comments. Trying to avoid reading it out loud. Just to not be that guy. But we've done a lot better today. I've been saying other words like great and fun and awesome. Using my adjectives nicely. But yeah. We're about done with this chunk here, though, so we're going to get this wrapped up here. A few more tan filler bricks, just because it's what I happen to have lying around. Done with my tan building at this point. Adventurers and Dune is done. There we go. Just like that. Awesome. Let's put a few white slopes on the front edge and then have it kind of merge into regular old plates. I want to get that separated there. Oh. Okay. We're good. No nails broken. Should make it a triple cockpit. Triple would be a bit much, Grumpy J. I want to save a few windscreens for all-terrain vehicles, some big rescue vehicles later, but it's a funny idea. Grumpy has a good point. Ice is a 3-letter word. Should do things in 3. The rule of 3 is good for most aesthetic things. You're right, Nexus, but I think this is going to be a double cockpit. Which do you like better, Lego Ninjago or Dreams? Ooh, that's a tough question, SFAM Studios. That's like flip a coin. I like both of those themes quite a bit. I think it's got to be Ninjago just because I like the characters a little bit better in Ninjago. But Dreams has some better pieces in some of their sets. Like the bad guys in Dreams are really, really good. They're awesome. So they both got some great points to them. Spectre says, my cousin started a 1,000-piece elf puzzle. I started helping out. Now I have to finish it. Oh, now you're stuck, Spectre. Good luck. That's 1,000 pieces is a lot of pieces. It's a pretty thorough puzzle. That Lego kid says, Mark, I've made so much progress on my MOC. I've basically finished the landscape and it's time to work on the smaller details. Man, that's awesome, that Lego kid. I need to check it out. I will try and check your YouTube channel after the stream. But are you chill about it? I'm pretty chill about it, Fazuma. We're pretty relaxed, low pressure environment. We're not, we have goals, but if we get to them, we've already chatted with a bunch of friends. We've already made some building progress. Goals achieved. So we're pretty chill. Crimson Toaster. Good to see you, Crimson Toaster. Hope you're doing well. Hey. Just for the fun of it, why not create a hidden crystal made out of every stud representing you said... So, basically collect all the times I've said the word COOL, put them into, fuse them into something and put it in the MOC. That would be pretty fun. I think we could make that happen, Charge. That's a very fun comment. Interesting idea. What about a trench with crystals that Ice Planet staff find? Interesting. So like a ravine with crystals inside of them. Yeah, definitely gonna have some ice crystals somewhere. Right now we're just making the basic landscape for the HQ to go on, but we'll make some more elaborate stuff. We were working on an ice cave earlier, a couple weeks ago, and we'll circle back to that soon. So. Some blue Gatorade. Keep me going. Alright. Spectre says, put Buddy the Elf in there. I mean, if I can find some good pieces to make a Buddy the Elf, I think it's possible. Because he has just kind of yellow tights. Pretty iconic look. We might be able to make that work. We'll see. There's a lot of things we want to put in this MOC at this point. We want to have a Captain America somewhere. We want to have Mr. Freeze. That would be funny. I'd like Mr. Freeze to be in this Yeah, there's a couple things we'll see what we can have room for, essentially. So I think we can get most of them in there. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Maybe yeah, 2x2 would look good. That'll work. And then one of these. Nice. Nice. I kind of like the way that's shaping up. Just like that. It's got too bright all of a sudden, but you get the idea. Let's get these. It'll work good for right there. Maybe if we get a 1x3 in white. There's a 1x2. We can get a few smaller white plate pieces here. Hold on a second. Oop. 1x3 will do the trick. There's some options. So I didn't find a 1x3, but I found a 1x2 and a 1x1. That'll work well enough, I suppose. There we go. Little piece like that to go right there. That'll work. Come on. I want to get this 1x1 tile off of this 1x1 plate. There you go. And put this right there. Well, let's do this instead. And then right here. I almost want to use like a... That'll work. Yeah, kind of just add a little bit of irregularity right there. So it's not all slopes, but some is just plates and tiles. I have a question. How do you have so much Lego? That's a great question, that Lego kid. I've been collecting for a very long time. It's been about a little over 25 years since I started building Lego, and I haven't really stopped buying Lego consistently since then. At least once a month I'll get a little Bricklink order or a set, and it adds up after a while. So it's just a long time of collecting. But yeah, just at your age, if you keep consistently buying Lego slowly, a little bit here, a little bit there, eventually, after a decade or two, you'll have a big collection like me, no problem. So, Lorem Ipsum says, "Are you going? Oh yeah, are you going to add some lights?" Yes, we're going to add lights in certain areas of the build, not the entire thing. A lot of the snow will be just basic snow, nothing too glowy going on. But in the ice cave, absolutely, and maybe some of the vehicles will have some lights too. So, as much as possible. Is that ice blue Gatorade? This is Glacier Freeze Gatorade, nonetheless. So, and it's 0 calories, so it's 0 cool. Dark Knight says, taking up space, get it all like Katy Perry? Oh, yes, yes, Katy Perry went to space. That was a thing. Celebrities, am I right? Needs a Wampa, too. Yes, I need a Wampa. I don't have a Wampa figure. They're kind of harder to track down. Superman? All the cool ice reference... All the cool ice references? Oh. That's 2 times. Gotta drop those orange studs there 4 times today. Dadgummit. I was doing so well, too. Oh, well. I can't escape it forever, right? Alright. Let's do one of these and one of these. Looks good. We can probably do one like that. One like that. Maybe a little bit of tan in there. We're almost done with this chunk. If I can just kind of finish it off. There we go. 2x2 would probably work well there. I'll do that. Awesome. Let's get a few bricks in there. Nothing too crazy. Second? Oh no, we've said it about 4 times now, Tim. So quite a few Yep. Yep. Heard a COOL again. Yeah, exactly. There was a couple there, unfortunately. Yep. I said the word cool. I know. Pretty bad. We've still done better this stream than most streams we've done so far. Like, I think our peak was at 15 times in one stream by accident. So we're doing better than normal. So, did I say it again? Oh, all right, fine. I'm not even gonna question it. Dadgummit. This is frustrating. I just don't want to say that word just because. Okay, guys, This is almost as frustrating as Nexonites, guys. You would not believe it. Oh my goodness. All right, we're back. We're under control. Everything is under control. We're good. Not freaking out. We're good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. All right, let me get some more white plates put into the scene here before I say the word COOL again. Oh, good grief. Oh my goodness. And Nexonites, you mean peak nights? No, Sentru. No. Oh man, everyone's decided to gang up on me all at once. No, it's fine. Oh my goodness, I find these little, these little happy accidents, as people would say, these little goofy circumstances, makes life more fun. You got things to laugh about, like Nexonites and COOL. Did you see my previous 2 comments? Oh, I might have missed that Lego kit. I can check here though. I got the scroll. Well, during my mock build, I barely have any useful pieces left. Ooh, yeah, I can understand that, the Lego kid. So if I wanted to make it bigger, I'd have to be using rainbow grass. Oh, dear. Well, I mean, yeah, you can try using some different colors, but you gotta be, careful. Not use too many, otherwise it looks a little bit chaotic. Darkside Brick Circus, sorry for dipping out earlier. My phone died before I left work, but now it's time for a full night. Glad I could still catch the stream. No worries, Darkside Brick Circus. Thank you for stopping by earlier. Thank you for stopping by again. If you have yet to enjoy a full night, please do so. Have a great time. Let us know how it went later. But yeah, if you are back from a full night, great. We're going to be here for at least another 15, 20 minutes, 30, 25 minutes or so. Not too long. But yeah, it's enough to get some building done. I know I can finish this top piece without too much difficulty here, hopefully. This top area. Get it done. Wrap it up here. Let's see. I'll put this one here and this one here. See that? Those nice little rounded quarter tiles. Very, very nice. Grumpy just said, if he was putting $1 in a jar for every COOL word said, he'd be able to go on a vacation to the Arctic. Exactly. I'd be able to make it to Antarctica on that budget for sure. It's okay. Once off camera, you can say as much as you want to. Yeah, it's funny is I'm actually in like normal conversation, I find myself trying to not say it too. Like I've gotten so obsessive about it, but it's all right. Once the stream is over, I'm allowing myself to say it. So it's pretty funny. It's not a bad word. Anyone can say it. I think I just said it a little too often. That's why it's funny to try and stop saying it. But yeah. Using other adjectives is good. A good exercise. I love that big slope right there. That is a really, I almost said COL. It is a really great slope. And I want to use it. But I think this chunk's a little too small. But we'll get back to it. We'll circle back to it here. Let me get a few more. This will actually do the trick here, actually. This is what I was looking for. That's good. Put that there. Put that there and that there. Yeah, so smoothing out the back right there. I don't know if you could, yeah, right here you can see. Just trying to make it go down to that one plate high level, because when you snap it to a chunk, you want it to be flush right there. Just like that. Perfect. Very nice. That's the word I've been using instead of COL, is nice. Nice ice. Rhymes with ice. I've got the main structure of everything finished, but I still have some spare larger base plates so I could expand the whole MOC and make it heaps better, but I'm not sure I'll have all the pieces. Yeah, that's a problem when you are a little bit younger starting out building. It can be tricky to acquire enough elements to build what you want to build. So just keep collecting that Lego kit. Eventually you'll get there. Choice. Exactly. It's a choice too. Exactly. There was an AFL night at my local BAM last night. Won that $100 construction crane set from last year. Went right into the back line. Hey, I mean, that still sounds like a good time, Centru, for sure. Mark, if you had to estimate how many Black Falcon Knights do you have? I have about 250 Black Falcon Knights. The new ones. The old ones I've got about 50. So, about 300 total. So, enough to do quite a big battle scene with eventually. So, it's half as many as the Lion Knights that I have. So, lots of castle figures. You can actually see on my channel a ways back I did a video showing off my Lion Knight army. You can check it out. But yeah, plenty of castle figures for sure. Castle's still pretty much my favorite theme. So, I do collect it quite a bit. So. Although, I will say, classic space stuff like Ice Planet is making a good case for itself. And being a very good theme to build in. Andrew says, apologies, you have probably had this question 1,000 times, but could you please explain starting on one base plate height and building outward? Are you bothered about the one base plate difference? So, the base plates, so here's the difference. This is built on a plate and there's no change in height. That's actually probably preferred. But a base plate with the smooth bottom, it's about a sheet of paper thick. It's really thin. So it's not too much of an issue when the plates are overhanging a little bit and they just go down. It's barely measurable. So I just like using that smooth plate underneath to add stability. And I just like to use up plates when I have them. So it doesn't really affect the build too much usually. But if you were really precise with it, if you got like on a bigger scale than this, these are relatively small chunks. If you got on a big scale, it could be a problem later. But yeah, it doesn't seem to bother me. But no, that's a very good question, Andrew. No worries. Yeah. Most of the time, having a nice smooth surface would be better. So, you can do that with these without too much difficulty. So, let's finish this piece, though. We're almost done, guys. We got this. I just need a few more 1x2 plates, I think. And we should have some right here. Or not. No, there's a few. Knocked over a lid here. Alright. Let's get this piece done. Wrap it up here. Here's a 1x3 plate, that'll work. 2x4, yeah. And a 1x1 brick. Do you have a 1x... Yep, there you go. And a 1x2. There we go. Very nice. Nice and nice. Let's put that there. And maybe a 1x4 tile there. Yeah. And no, we won't do that for now. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Alright. That's a pretty complete snowy top for that ice chunk. And as tested, fits pretty nice. Pretty flush with the other scene. So we're good to go. You can see how these modular snowy sections fit together. There you go. There's just a little bit of a smooth area right there. This is actually this brick's fault right here. But pretty clean transition overall. Let's see how it looks with that corner here. Take this big chunk out of the way. Here's another smooth piece. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a pretty organic landscape. And the fun part is, oh, we don't like how that looks? Let's switch it up a little bit and do it this way. I just find that very satisfying. There you go. There is a little bit of a height difference that I'm detecting without the base plate underneath. It's not bad, but it's just barely noticeable. I think a tile on top like this one would fix the problem pretty much. So that's good. There you go. Yep, well that's good. It's a little bit smooth right there, so we'll probably use this piece on the back of the landscaping. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Never Too Old for Lego is here. What's up, buddy? Not too much Never Too Old for Lego. Thank you for stopping by. Absolutely. Thank you. You're the man. Anytime, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you watching. And happy birthday, Grumpy. Yes, happy birthday, Grumpy J. For sure. Let's see. I probably missed this in past streams, but are you working the recent but older Ice Planet Challenge build into this MOC, or is this MOC a standalone? Good question, Santru. We are currently using the pieces from the Ice Planet 12R build in the scene right now because we wanted to expand upon it and make it bigger. So right now, I can bring this over and move some of these pieces out of the way so we can see it here. Clean up a little bit first. Right here is what we have built in the Ice Planet base so far. It's a big kind of central hub, and we're going to attach more buildings to the outside. You can see the doorway is already established in some of those areas. There should be a door that leads to the outside right there. You got the removable lid, so you can see the figures having a good time in the command station up there. And this chunk also lifts off here to show off the inside, which is pretty much blank right now, but I'm planning on putting some tiled flooring in there and some tool racks and other things that they could have in the hallways there. So yeah, this is all from, a lot of these pieces are from the 12R build, especially these big octagon pieces. So yeah, 12R build is all disassembled now, but it will be about 6 times larger. So it should be fantastic once it's done. So need to crash the Titanic into that? Exactly. Never Too Old for Lego. This is very icy. Iceberg straight ahead. Been there before my time. Yeah. Cool heads per... Oh, I said it again, Grumpy! Dang it, I'm trying not to say the word cool, guys. Put it down twice, because I said it twice by accident. Man, we were doing so good, too. Oh, well. Okay, I arrived. The stream may start now. Absolutely. And BICI, I'm just going to say the letters, because I don't know if it's acronym or something. I did a landscaping attempt on a Star Wars set. Interesting. Star Wars is good for landscaping. There's a lot of landscaping, different planets you can build from. Loving your content? Oh, appreciate it, Andrew. Thank you for watching it. I really appreciate you guys. That's sick. Glad it's living on in the build at least. Yeah, it's very similar. It's just instead of being like embedded in the snow, it's like standing on top of the snow. Kind of like it should be, more functional. Maybe they melted the snow around it. Now you can see it. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Yep, said it twice. I know, Fazoom. I know. We added 2 studs. It's bad. Mistakes were made. Amazing what can be done with Lego now that there is no boundaries. Exactly. When you have a little bit of a collection of white and blue and a few trans neon orange pieces, you can make it happen. So. Oh, that's short for Booly Cooly. I just said Cooly again. Those I's are L's. Okay, BLCL. I'm going to call you BLCL, if that works for you. So, yeah, the Lego Kid, what's your favorite Lego theme? I like Castle. You can see in this... just chatting. Let's go over here. To my right, we have a nice Black Falcon shield on display. So Castle is my favorite theme. But Classic Space is really getting to be more fun as I get a little bit older. So Ice Planet is up there in my top 5, maybe 3 right now. So I think it's maybe Castle, Adventurers, Ice Planet right now. But I like most classic Lego themes for sure. My first set was the Yellow Castle. Oh, nice. You almost got me to say cool too, but ah! I said it again. Oh. Yes, the yellow castle is amazing. I also have the yellow castle. It's a great set. What are you bulking up the base with? Great question, Lorem. We've got a bunch of tan filler brick inside, which you can see there. So we actually made this one at the beginning of the stream, and they connect to each other too, so you can make it a really big landscape. This is going to be 8 feet long and about 3 feet wide once it's done, and have different modularly connectable islands. I'll have to post a picture after the stream and show you guys exactly what I'm planning, but basically it's going to be this huge grid that you can customize and rearrange any way you want, so it should be a lot of fun. BLCL is COOL. Not gonna say it one more time. Don't want to add any more orange studs to the counter. But Fazoom says, gotta fly. Space on, my friend. Take care, Fazoom. Thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate you. I'm nearly 48. Lego is where it's at. Yeah, exactly. Once you get a little older, Lego becomes a really fun, nostalgic way to do things. So, Mark, have you heard any of my Lego songs I made? Never Too Old for Lego. I have not heard those songs. Are they on your YouTube channel, perhaps? Because I would love to check them out. That sounds amazing. So, help Mark by not putting the word COL in the comments. You just did it, Tim. Oh dear. No, I'm hopefully on track to avoid saying that word anymore by accident. It's just a fun little gimmick that I do as I'm trying not to say that word while building Ice Planet, because it would be silly, joke, lame, haha. And I've already said it how many times now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. We were doing so good. I had it like 1 or 2 for most of the stream, and then boom, 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 a couple times. Just fooled myself. I bamboozled myself. I played myself. Castle is where it's at from UK. Yeah, if you're in the UK, you should probably have some good selection of classic castle sets, because Europe is they still have a pretty good selection. Over in the United States, it can be a lot rarer. I don't know if people didn't save them or if there were just less for sale, less bought back when they were around, but they're just a little less common in my opinion. You still find them every now and then, but they're expensive. Jack is here. Ice cave with some rock raiders in it would be perfect. We need to remember Frozen Frenzy. Hey, there were some really icy frozen levels on the video game, and even some references in some of the like prototype rock monster was white. So yeah, we might have to do that, Jack. That's a really good point. You said COL again? Did I say COL? Oh, I'll add it one more time. If you say so, that Lego kid, I'll add one more. 9 it is. Oh. Pretty bad. 3 by 8 feet, very COL. Yes, good grief. My MOC is about 2 feet long. That's a pretty good size, that Lego kid. That's getting there. That's a pretty sizable MOC for not a giant collection of pieces. So, okay. If the heater breaks, does it get cooler in the room? It's pretty temperate in here, Grumpy Day. We're right on temperature. Did you see my Kingdoms castle in my video? I saw your castle section, Tim. It looked pretty awesome. BLCL says, whenever I want to stop saying COL, I say chill instead, but it is the same problem. Yeah, it's the same. It's morally the same issue. So, yeah. I'm trying to say amazing, great, fun, nice. Nice rhymes with ice, though, so I have to be careful about that one. But yeah, I have 3 songs. One's a rock song, one's rap, and one's a country song. That's a variety of themes Never Too Old for Lego. That's interesting. I will check them out. If that's, I just need to click that link on your username right there to find them. I will check them out for sure. So, whenever you say the word, all your furniture should become animated and scream, ah! All my furniture. If this was a cartoon, absolutely, but I don't know if I can actually physically make that happen, Lorem. But that's funny. Yeah. I have a castle in England called Townley Castle in Lancashire, England. Interesting. Does cooler count as COL? I don't think so, but it's the same problem with saying chill. I don't want to say it as often, so I'm just vaguely not trying to say that word, I guess, but it's just that 4-letter word I'm trying not to say because it just, it's just... F says we have the inspiration on our doorstep and you want to look at castles as theirs, so... Yeah, fantabulous, fabulous, fab. There's so many great words to use besides COL. Well, we've got 5 minutes left to build. I don't think I'm going to get another chunk of landscape done. But, yeah. So we're probably going to start winding down here. Is there anything else I could do for 5 minutes? I could just read comments for a little bit, I guess. We talked about doing a snow train build for the Ice Planet scene. I don't know if that's going to happen before Birmingham in just 2 weeks. I'd rather finish the big spaceship, for example. We also wanted to make a big rover vehicle with some of the pieces. I don't think I have them here with me right now, but there's some big white wheels that would work great for that. So we want to get that done. Try to get it done before the convention. Maybe that's one thing that gets postponed until a little bit later. But the landscape's going to happen. There's going to be a big landscape, and we'll be able to cover it with a lot of stuff. We got a lot of the ships, smaller vehicles we've got built. We've got all the minifigures, which we'll show off in just a second here, too. So we've got plenty of Ice Planet figures. Probably could make just a few more, or even order a few more if we need to. But I think that's enough for the scene. And yeah, I know we have a few more Yeti figures. I have 3 right here. But I think we have at least 2 or 3 more we can build once I find the pieces. I think they're in the unsorted bins. And then, yeah, we should have a fantabulous Ice Planet scene. And be able to make it the best Ice Planet MOC that I've ever made. I don't think I've actually made a lot of Ice Planet MOCs before this whole series, so it should be a lot of fun. Excuse me, that Gatorade's speaking right now. Pee-wee's Playhouse reference, exactly. Ugh, showing my age. So I haven't seen Pee-wee's Playhouse stuff. I need to circle back to that at some point. BLCL says, you can do it. Believe in yourself. Time is a human contract. Exactly, BLCL. You got the right perspective. I like it. Pax is here. Good to see you, Pax. Thanks for stopping by. We're wrapping up the stream at this point, but we've got just another couple minutes. We'll chat for a second. But, whoa, there's so many little guys. Yeah, there's a lot of Ice Planet figures, BLCL. We got a good crew here. They're mostly using the older Ice Planet torsos, especially on that back row. You can see a lot of those classic ones. But we've got a few newer ones, too. You got one right there. And some of the ones with the armor have the new torso as well. The nice Ice Planet armor with the cool logo on the shoulder. Pretty nice. Yep. Ice Planet flamethrower unit. That's pretty interesting, Sintra. I hadn't thought of that. What I'm having them do is they have these ray guns, which definitely don't give you cancer. And they kind of melt the ice with a heat ray. So that's the idea for them. But maybe a flamethrower is necessary. We'll see. An ice cave? We're working on an ice cave, T-Valkyrie. It wasn't on this stream, but in previous streams, we've actually started building it. It's about halfway done. So we should have a big ice cave with the Yetis inside. So that should be pretty great. Not COL. Dumbstub is my favorite local castle. Check it out. Proper inspiration. Interesting, Andrew. I have not heard of that castle before. I'll have to check it out. I probably butchered the pronunciation of it too, but I've looked up a couple of particular castles in England and Wales, and it's very fun to kind of get inspiration for how they made things. Each castle's so unique too, so it's pretty fun. Have you ever built a forest? Many times, that Lego kid. Forests I'm pretty familiar with, so castle and forests go hand in hand. So built some forests before. I don't know if I have a lot of them on my YouTube channel. I think my first 12-hour build was a forest theme. I need to get back to that at some point. 54 from New York, bought my first Lego ever, the retro radio, immediately addicted. Oh my goodness, Jack, that's awesome. Lego it can be very addicting very quickly, so enjoy, but be careful. One problem a lot of new collectors have is they'll often buy a lot and then they'll run out of space quickly, so pay attention to how much space you have to display all your Lego sets. Keep an eye out for that. But very excited for you, Jack, that's awesome. I said it again? Did I say it again? Charge? Oh, I'll put it down. I'm assuming you guys are correct. I bet I did. I wouldn't be surprised. That's 10. Oh, that's like the second worst we've ever done on saying the word COOL. Good grief. I know a guy that makes Ice Planet droids, the kind from Spirus. I have them in most colors. That's awesome. I need to check that out. Ray guns that definitely don't give you cancer. I know, Pags. I'm sorry. It's a little bit of comedy there. My bad. This is going to be freezing COL once it's finished. Can't wait. Yes, it's going to be great, Charge. Well, we're going to start wrapping it up here today, folks. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Let me switch over to just chatting so I can see everybody. Thank you so much for watching this stream. It's been a great time. We got a lot of progress done. We got a square chunk built. I can actually show it off here. We got this nice square built. Nice thick chunk of ice planet terrain. We also got this one, this side element, and they snap together so nicely. And this will go into the big Ice Planet HQ scene, and we'll put more Ice Planet buildings on this very soon, I imagine. We gotta start increasing production on the Ice Planet build. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like this kind of stream and you just need more to listen to. This is in a playlist. This is the 6th Ice Planet building stream that we've done. They're each 2 hours long. It's a great time. So check them out. And we'll be doing this again next weekend for sure. After that, we're getting pretty close to the convention. We'll see if we have time to sneak one more in there. We'll see. But I think there's at least one more on the horizon, and we'll probably do a few more things after the first convention to really finish up, polish up. Maybe that ice train will be built then. We'll see. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. We're going to wrap it up here. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your evening, and we'll probably see you Sunday if you're available Sunday afternoon around 4 p.m. Eastern time. I usually do a sorting stream. I'm going to try to do that this weekend. So we'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Switch to the outro.